We call this meeting to order, the regular meeting on March 28th, 9 o'clock. Before we do our invocation, I would like to acknowledge the passing of one of our past council members, Darrell Keith. He was a member of the council during some of our rebuilding period. He left life way too soon. Good person. There will be a memorial service at the Canal Park, April 21st at 3 o'clock. If that changes, be noticed. I would like to stand, have a moment of silence, and then Glenn will give us the invocation, and we pledge allegiance. Glenn.
Father, we thank you for this day. Thank you for all your blessings. We just come to you, Lord, knowing we need you. We acknowledge you, and we ask you to touch the Darrell Keith family. Lord, touch those lost their lives in the Nashville shooting yesterday. We ask you to be with us in this meeting today, and we pray that your will would be done and everything according to your perfect plan. Father, you know what's best. In Christ's name we pray, Father. Amen.
Amen.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And roll call, please.
Let the record show that Mayor Kathy is absent today. Mr. Pollock?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Wolf?
Here.
Mr. Welly?
Here. Thank you. Okay, citizens' comment.
Good morning. I'm Julie Gardner. I live at 111 20th Street across from City Hall. I just want to say that I had a front row seat to the hurricane, as many of you probably did.
Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay, Mr. Sandy, I won't charge you.
That wasn't supposed to happen. I'm just trying to get Debbie back up on the phone. She got dropped.
That's all right.
Please continue.
Anyway, I had a front row seat to the hurricane, and most of the meetings during that time, I saw the mayor and all the councilmen come and work day after day and hour after hour, and it was thankless and it was hard, and we were all in the muck. Me and Adrian spent many afternoons sitting on my rooftop because we could get phone signal there and emails out. But I say all that to say, if you can't drive in our city and go from that end of town, which the night of the hurricane, I'll tell you, it took me 2 hours, me and my husband, to walk from our house to the canal to check on our property and our friend's property. And that afternoon, we went that way, walking, to go help Tom Bailey, the former mayor, and his wife. If you can't ride through our town and see the progress and the amount of work that has gone into this and the rebuild, then something's wrong. Are we where we'd all like to be? No, we'd all like to be where we were October 9th, quite frankly. I'd love to be, but we can't. We gotta go forward, we can't go backward. And we keep winding up, getting in the weeds. And that brings me to my next point. I moved to this town years ago because we were coming every weekend, and I fell in love with this place. I'm sure most of you did too, because otherwise, why would you have bought property here? Why would you have moved here? But I didn't move here wanting to change it. I loved it just the way it is. Now, growth is inevitable. Our children grow, so we surely can't expect for our town not to grow. I'm not against development. I'm not for development. I'm for what is best for our town. I don't have a dog in the fight. I'm not a developer. But I love that we have a small town that whenever anything happens, we all rally together. We all come together, we all work together, and nobody cared during the hurricane who you voted for, who you didn't vote for, who your favorite football team was. You just helped each other. And it's sad that we're in an election right now, and it is nothing but a bunch of mudslinging, and I'm sick of it, quite frankly. And if you are sending me letters, don't send any more to 111 20th Street. I don't want them. If you want to talk to me about your position, if you're somebody running, come talk to us. Our phone numbers are readily available. I would like to say thank you, Mr. Gill, for signing yours, but the anonymous crap, I'm over. The Facebook crap, running people in the ground, I'm over. That is not what makes our town. And honestly, as a realtor, when people are searching and looking at our town, it makes our town look like we're New York. And it's awful. I had to make a note because I forget things. I think that's about it. But I appreciate all of y'all's work. I know it don't end at 8 to 5 because I call every one of you and I say whatever I think, and y'all all know I do. And if I got a question, I pick up the phone, and any of them ever told me they couldn't tell me something or couldn't help me. I think you get more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay.
Just before you go on, I apologize for that interruption again. That wasn't my intention at all.
Are you good now?
Nope, not that I should call her, eh?
Okay. Wait a minute.
Count on the city without Debbie.
Hello?
Hey Debbie, sorry about that.
That's okay.
Okay. Now, the consent agenda, I will take a motion or discussion to accept the consent agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
One second.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Pollak?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Welling?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, regular agenda, Doug?
Yes, sir, Mr. Pollak. Today on the agenda, the first item up is department reports. Today we have our financial report, which is in the packet, and Debbie's on the phone to discuss it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so let's get started on page 2. This is the budget through February 2023 and the cash through January 2023. If we look at the ad valorem taxes, we only have 15% left remaining in the fiscal year, which is expected because we get so much during the November, December, January, February months. And we're right on target with the rest of the revenues. That 32% that you see right there for those non-ad valorem revenues, that's that $415,000 we approved at the last month's meeting for that budget amendments that we did. So you'll see that number reflected next month because the budget amendment occurred in March.
Okay.
Any questions about the revenues?
Yeah, and the top on the revenues, Debbie, I have a couple questions, ignoring the ad valorem non and the ad, and going right to the water fund, sanitation fund, and sewer fund. I know a budget's not built with an average. You get a number and you divide it by 12. I got that, I understand that, because things fluctuate throughout the year. But I exactly did that. We're 5 months into the budget and have 7 months left. So I took the first one, your water fund, and I divided the 460, came up with about 92,000. And that shows us getting an increase of, if we do it times 12, it shows us getting an increase of about $43,000. I'm not concerned about that I just mention it. I go on to, I'll go right to the sanitation and sewer. I did the same thing with sanitation and sewer. And the sanitation fund falls short about $95,000, but the sewer fund falls short about $271,000. Again, that's by averaging, I understand that. It concerns me a little bit because it's watching it month to month. So if I would go to the second page, and at the second page I say that maybe I would suggest that we do some type of 6-month review to make sure the following 6 months we're back on track if we're out of line anywhere. Just a suggestion.
Right, and the one thing you gotta remember too, on the sewer fund and the,
Sanitation.
thank you, is that we have money in there that is, use of prior year surplus, so it's not a revenue we're getting in. So it kind of might skew the number. So if you look at the line item budget, I can send that to you if you want, and if you take that out, it, decreases that shortfall that you're estimating.
Okay.
And so, because we're not getting money for it, right? It's gonna close out at the end of the fiscal year.
So is that money in, let's say, if you take sanitation, is that money in that, isn't it showing in that actual 223?
Yes, yeah,
How
and
much-
then.
How much is that?
I have to pull it up real quick.
Also keep
I
in
believe
mind,
it's for the sanitation, truck replacement, I think it's 50,000.
and also in the summer, we have a lot more sanitation dumps, so that revenue should be behind and we'll catch up.
We also have 10,000 for the
Right.
dumpsters as well in there too.
Right.
But
Good.
sewer-
And then the
Sewer.
sewer fund, remember, we just put in, those impact fee, funds that we had for those, repairs, the 150,000, and then, the insurance proceeds. So those were part of that last budget amendment that we did too.
Good
So
deal.
that was around,
Good deal. Yeah, that answers my question. The other part of it, though, is I'm suggesting to the council that we do a 6-month review
oh, okay.
in the next, after March, and see where we're at, and really by line item. I mean, we should see where we're at on everything going forward for the following 6 months, by all means.
I agree with that too, Dave. I agree with that too, Dave. I think that way, I'm not good on these remaining percentages of 7 months. I really would have to get somebody to figure that out for me, but I know if it's halfway, it'd be 50. So it would
Okay.
help me and do it by the line item or what department,
Okay.
for me now it would be, and I agree with Rick.
So next month, do you want, the line item budget attached to this, summary version of the report?
That's what I would like to see. I'd like to see that.
And
Okay.
I'll be doing my quarterly request as well at the end, like I did last quarter, for the,
Okay,
yeah.
Thank you.
I can do that.
Okay?
Add one more.
Okay.
Add one
Oh,
more.
sure.
On the back page, have we done anything with the CDs we suggested a few weeks ago?
Yes, we after the last meeting, we, contacted Centennial and invested those funds, into the 12-month and 6-month. And so, we should be seeing a return, our first return on the next report.
The next 30 days, right?
Right.
Okay, thank you.
And what would that come under, Debbie, for me to look at?
It's not on this report because the funds weren't invested yet. It'll be on the next report, and I'll have a separate area for the
Okay.
CDs.
Okay, that's good.
The
okay, just to
funds
quickly go-
were not invested yet?
As of this report, not yet, because we didn't do it until March.
As of today, are they invested?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay, so, any other question about revenues?
Go ahead.
Okay, so moving on to the expenditures. Those, again, this is summary version, but everything is on track as far as where we should be. The only thing is that on the street department, you might see it a little lower, and that's just because we purchased some capital items that were in the budget, and so since we made a large expense during the middle of the fiscal year, it kind of skewed the number. It'll catch up to itself as we move forward. So that's the only thing of note on this side. Any questions about the expenses?
I have one on the sewer fund expenditures. Is that ahead of schedule because of the debt payment?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, cash, as we mentioned a minute ago, you'll see a change on the next report regarding the investments that we had. But these were, balances as of the end of January. Any questions about the cash? Okay, moving on to the task. So, the only new change or additional task is we're approaching the beginning of the fiscal year 22 audit, so we're still actively preparing for that. And now we're also, I'm creating the work papers and the budget calendar for this next fiscal year's start of the budget process. So those, I'll begin those to Doug, and we'll be doing internal reviews with department heads for that. Okay, any questions for me?
Just a comment. Thank you, you're doing very good.
Thank you. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks.
Thank you, David.
Okay,
Sure.
have a good day. Okay, contract renewal with city attorney, Doug.
Yes, sir. In your packet, you'll see a copy of the updated contract between Mr. McCahill and the city. We were proposing to extend the contract from April 1st, 2023 through March 31st, 2024. Mr. Cahill has not requested any increase in costs, and please remember we continue to save exponentially related to what we were paying the previous attorney year after year. So staff recommends approval. If you have any questions, Mr. Cahill's here too.
Okay, we open the public comment. Any? Close public comment. Open to the council.
The only thing I have is I looked through this whole contract and noticed something that was very different than I've seen before, and that was there's no hourly rate for things outside of the scope of the contract. And I asked yesterday why that was, and I was told, well, it's a flat fee because that's what he's agreed to, and he doesn't bill us hourly. So I looked everywhere and could not find any hidden fee in this contract besides if we have significant litigation.
Well, I'd say it's saving us a lot of money for my
Big time.
past attorney, and doing a good job on it. Okay, I'll take a motion to approve or deny the contract for the city attorney.
I make a motion to approve renewal of the city attorney contract for 2023.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Tammy, please call the roll.
Mr. Pollak?
Yes,
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Welly?
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you, Tom.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I enjoy working here with the staff and you gentlemen.
Okay, task order, municipal complex. Doug?
Yes, sir. Mr. Pollak, today, item number 3 is a task order related to the municipal complex and the civic center. We had to update some cost estimates related for FEMA. DAG Engineering is here today, should you have any questions specifically. There's a $3,500 task order as they've exceeded, or not exceeded, there's no current balance left in their task order for DAG Engineering, so to do these additional costs required by FEMA, we need to approve this through the council. We also have Ryan here from Atkins, should you have any questions regarding the fees, but this will help us continue to move forward in the municipal complex process to get a cost back for the city to rebuild those items.
Okay. Okay, we open the public discussion about the DAG order. Any public comment?
I have a question. John Harrell, 43 First Street. The request from FEMA, once we spend this money for them to do this, will we get that money back from FEMA?
Yes, sir, it's a
Yes.
reimbursable cost.
Okay, thank you.
Any more from the public? Okay, we'll close public comment. Any discussion from the council?
Yeah, I have a couple. I mean, where in the letter does it say that FEMA's requesting this? Does it say that, Doug?
No, it doesn't.
Because I noticed on one, we go to our next one, the environmental assessment, the next one coming up on, FEMA does request that. But I don't see that in his letter, and I see that it's also joining the city complex at master plan. We're so far away from all this. I mean, we're so far away. Is it good to spend $3,500, and it's not a lot of money, I understand it. Spend $3,500 now and then have to spend it again when we get close?
Well, this is helping them with their estimating for the total cost of the project so that we know how much money we have to work with. They have to evaluate the Civic Center specifically related to where the project is for the costing. Brian, we worked with Atkins as well with FEMA, and maybe he can answer that a little bit further related to what this is going to help us with.
Richard. I mean, so right now they're trying to, like FEMA wants to estimate what the cost of the Civic Center was at the existing site pre-storm. So they're saying, hey, we need to know what that is so we can tell you how much money you're gonna have available. So it's not really necessarily like you're gonna duplicate this work. Like we have, as part of the FEMA process, you have to establish what was there prior to the storm, how much that would cost to construct, so that then they can say, here's what you're allowed to have.
So did FEMA say to us that they're gonna reimburse a certain amount or $3,500?
They'll reimburse, the $3,500 is for like the design, or for the cost estimating piece of this.
They gave us that number?
They didn't give us that number. That FEMA reimburses based on actuals for those kinds of things. So as long as you're following like the scope of work, which for design is basically do the design and construct and cost estimation, then you'll be reimbursed.
So thinking that this could be 2 years away, there's gonna be more to be invested in that, and we'll get reimbursed that also on top of this $3,500?
Correct, yeah. Like you guys have and the way we set this project up was we split out the design and cost estimation fees into a separate project that we got obligated already, so we can submit reimbursements on the whole design ahead of time. And then once we get completed with design and all the cost estimation and all that, then FEMA will obligate a construction project that's separate, that's specifically for doing the like the actual physical construction. So.
Yeah, I just look at this, and my reasoning for questioning is I look at it and it's $3,500, I understand it, but 2 years away, we're gonna be redoing this again. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just where do we end and how much do we end up paying, but
yeah, I
understand it. Thank you.
Is this a step in the process to get approval to move here? Because we still haven't officially been approved.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and that's a complex one, Adrian, just because we always have an option to fall back to even if FEMA says, well, we're only going to give you what it would cost to go back to the original site, we always have the option to say, okay, we're just going to take that money and run with it. What we're trying to do and go and build it at the new site. Sorry, I'm kind of glazing over a lot there, but we always have the option to do that. What we're also trying to do, though, is get FEMA to pay for the additional costs at the relocated site.
So this is to get a number to them to see where we stand.
Yeah.
And if we decide it's not feasible to go here and we move somewhere else, we're still going to get this back.
Correct. This is all part and parcel to the design process. Yeah.
You know how much longer, I know you don't, but can you even guesstimate?
How long till what?
Till we get a figure from FEMA on it.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know exactly. Like I think we're getting closer by the day, and this is all part of it. Like I will say this, as you guys know, like we've been working on the police fire piece of this for a while, so we've got everything I think we need for our submittal on that. But then this came up because we're trying to combine the Civic Center and the police fire facilities. So it's why it's kind of a little tack on here is that then FEMA came back and said, well, you guys are combining these facilities, we need to establish the Civic Center site as well. And we said, oh, that's a good point. We need to know what the costs are going to be for that site as well. So We've got basically the police fire piece of this where we want it. We haven't gotten FEMA to agree, as you noted, Adrian. But we've got everything kind of established on that, and now we're trying to add on this secondary piece of the Civic Center costing.
It's gotta be cheaper to build one building with everything than multiple buildings.
Correct. That's the theory there for sure.
Okay, we got anything else? The chair will, see if we have a motion to approve or deny the task order
I'll make a motion to approve the municipal complex task order with DAG
for $35.
in the amount of $3,500.
Thank you. Is second?
Second.
Please call the roll.
Mr. Pollock?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Rutland?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chair, next item on the agenda, number 4, is a task order, Mexico Beach Jetty, FEMA environmental assessment. I have David Rising with Dewberry here to go through this. This change was initiated by FEMA as they don't have the appropriate staff to do these environmental assessments. So they have actually put it in a process where we're allowed to hire our own contractor to do that, and there's a fully reimbursable expense. We're continuing with the same contractor who started the MRD, who started this process, and we will continue with them to finish it up, and it shouldn't take quite as long because they've already started it.
Okay. We open for public discussions.
Yeah, I got
Rob?
Rock Creek, Matthew, Colorado. I got a quick question on the, just reading here where it says background information and issue summary. Being a layman here, I'm just reading it. It says FEMA has requested existing environmental assessment dated February 22 to be revised to be consistent with the guidelines for the preparation of environmental assessment prepared by FEMA dated 21. So this assessment was done after FEMA guidelines, and just reading this, it's like they didn't do it right. Now they got to come back and redo it. Is that what I'm reading? I mean, that's what it looks like to me. This is 21 and 22. FEMA 21 said this is how it's supposed to be done, and in 22 they did it, and they didn't do it right. And now they're coming back wanting to do it again.
So, I can answer that, or David can answer that, go ahead.
Well, did FEMA give us?
Yeah.
Huh?
So we can do a little tag team here, but yeah.
Yeah. So, MRD did the environmental assessment when the project first started. It's required of FEMA. I don't know, did FEMA give them the guidelines at the time?
No, and here's how this process normally works, as Doug kind of alluded to, is that, you know, these guys do like their environmental assessment where they're giving the information to FEMA and saying like, hey, we looked at these environmental aspects or whatever. Normally then FEMA takes this on themselves and they say, okay, we're gonna put this into this format that we need it in. We're gonna check all the boxes, do all this coordination with all these other agencies, all of this kind of stuff. FEMA's now saying to us, and has said, we don't have the staff to be able to do this, and it's gonna, you guys are gonna be in a long queue of a huge line of people or projects that are ahead of you on this, if you wanna wait for us to do this piece of it. So we wanna give you the option to try to speed this process up, to do that sort of aggregation of all of these things and put it into this format that we normally take care of. We're gonna give you the option and give you the funding to have your contractor do it themselves. So now that's where we're turning back over to David and MRD to say, hey, can you guys put this into this format, do all of the coordination, that sort of thing.
Okay. Anybody else in the audience? Public? Okay, we close the public discussion and open up the table. Well, there's nothing said, the chair entertain a motion to approve or deny the jetty FEMA environmental assessment for $16,840.
I want to speed it up. I mean, we've got enough holdups and this will help us. And I'm gonna make a motion we accept the special service from Mexico Beach Jetty FEMA environmental assessment for $16,840.
I'll second.
Please call the roll.
Mr. Pollak?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Willie?
Yes.
Okay.
All right,
Doug, parking lot.
Mr. Chair, number 5, the parking lot lease of 2600 Highway 98, Parker Park. Michael Manning's here to present this lease that's in your packet.
Good morning, Council. Mike Manning, Development Services Director, Assistant City Administrator. The item before you is the consideration of the lease agreement with Dr. Don Spillers for 2600 Highway 98. The property will be used as an overflow municipal parking lot. Julie has it up here on the screen as well. You can see that one with the red outline, number 1, that's the property we're discussing. For reference, that number 2 to the left of it, of course, is Parker Park. A great example of what we could be using this for is overflow for the park and for special events such as Gumbo will help get parking off of the right of way and into a municipal parking lot instead. The agreement is for 1 year. It can be terminated by either side at either time. The action requested is to approve the lease agreement and authorize the city administrator to execute the agreement. And staff recommends approval. Happy to answer any questions.
No plans for a reach across the canal or anything like that? We're gonna have to park, walk across and down, right?
Sure, yeah, and I don't know if the city administrator wants to add on, but they're, in the short term, no. In the long term, especially if the city were to ever acquire the property, more significant capital improvements could be made. The front of that canal at Parker Park is also eventually going to get filled in, which would dramatically shorten the walking distance. So certainly bridges and over the canals would be wonderful, but kind of a long-term strategic plan for that.
We're gonna in-house clean it up,
Yes, sir.
gravel, rock it,
Yes, sir.
but we still, I'm like Rick, we still got to walk.
Yes, sir. We can gladly do some research on costs for a bridge that go across, depending on the removability of it and the feasibility. We can look at that. I think it's a great idea, but the way the contract says is Mr. Spillers could cancel this contract in 14 days should he be ready to build. So I don't recommend significant improvements at this time, but
Don't want to spend a ton of money.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, we're open to the public for discussion.
I have a question for you. How many parking
Please
spaces?
Thank
Roy
you.
Hutchinson, Highway 98. How many parking spaces will that provide?
my estimation is it could be well over 100 spots to be included inside of there. It's an over 2 acre parcel, so it could be quite a few depending on how it gets laid out once we clear all the vegetation and stuff. So we expect quite a few parking spots.
So probably we'll be spending a lot of money to prepare it, right?
No, ma'am. We have staff time, other than staff time. And some crush and run gravel to get in the entranceway. It's already gravel underneath. I mean, we'll get into that, so yes. But should not cost significant. No, ma'am, we're not gonna spend that much money on it.
Anybody else from the
Joel,
public?
on the
Anybody
boat
from
ramp.
the public?
Oh. Go ahead, Bob.
I have a question. So is Mr. Don willing to negotiate any on not such a quick end of the lease?
No, ma'am. He has design plans to build something there
Yeah.
eventually. So
Yeah.
we can use it as long as we can until he's ready, if he ever becomes ready.
Okay, anybody else from the public? Okay, we close public discussion, open it at table since we already discussed and keep going.
Joel, on our 3 acres at the boat ramp, we got over 100 boats and trailers. So you could probably, it's 2 acres, so I'm gonna say close to 1,000. Guarantee how many, how it's laid out, I do not know, but we got 100 boats and trucks and trailers, so that'll give you close to 100. Depending about the road getting in and out. Still got to walk though.
Anybody else? Chair entertain a motion to approve or deny the lease of 2600 Highway 98.
And a motion to approve 2600 Highway 98 lease agreement.
And also to allow the city administrator to go ahead and execute the lease.
And also to allow the city administrator to execute the lease.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Would you please call the roll?
Mr. Pollak?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Wolf?
Yes.
Mr. Welling?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Staff reports, no?
Sorry, Mr. Chair. Yes, sir. Staff report for the city administrator. Kind of short and sweet. I had the opportunity yesterday with Michael and I, we met with Joy and Judy from our special events committee related to the Moby Max discussion that was brought up at our last meeting. We went through the dollar figure pardon me, that we had available and approximately $9,500 to work towards with this path. They provided me with the permit information at the point that they had it before, and city staff is going to go forward to working forward with this process and getting the gentleman to come down and possibly show me where he could put it and get some ideas to bring back to you folks as well. So a great conversation with them, and thank you to them for all their hard work in raising those funds and the ability to use that for the city. We also have the Easter extravaganza coming up on April the 8th from 10 to 12 a.m. It'll be at Under the Palms Park. There'll be bounce houses, there'll be food, it's all free event for the public. Rumor is there's 6,000 eggs going to be delivered, and the Easter Bunny could make an appearance, so it should be a great time right before Easter for all the residents and any guests that are coming. But I look forward to seeing everybody there on April the 8th at Under the Palms Park from 10 to 12 a.m.
It was done very good last year.
I called the sheriff today to see if he could dump all the eggs out of a helicopter. He said sure, but I think it'd make a little bit of a mess. He was eager to try it, but we're going to pass on that this year. The last thing to remind you is the City Council has a workshop that's for Sweetwater Development tomorrow night at 5 p.m. here in these chambers. Starting at 5 p.m. As a reminder, this will be discussed from the developer related to ingress and egress discussion only, as a preliminary plat was approved in July of 2021. So it'll be mainly on discussion of the entrance and exits into the development. So just as a reminder, tomorrow night from
5 or 6 that's on here.
5 p.m.
So
It's advertised as 5 p.m. That's a typo on the agenda. I apologize. It's advertised at 5 a.m. 5 p.m. Not a.m.
All right.
That's all I have, Mr. Chair. Thank you guys very much.
Okay, thank you. Clint?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that I've really enjoyed the last year and 3 months working with the council and staff. I really care about this community, and I look forward to working with you guys for another year, at least.
Appreciate it. Can I say you've done a good job?
Thanks again.
JEA, no news, good news?
Same as, don't want to rattle that chain.
I've got to.
It's laying low.
All right.
Okay, Avery? Here?
We can't do this in Colorado. What in the world we gonna do now? I have nothing, thank you.
Okay. Rich?
Only, I don't have to bring up the Moby maps. It looks like you're working on that. We'll get information on that maybe next week or week after.
Hopefully, at least maybe some more updates in the next council meeting, if not following that one. But we hope to have the vendor come out, show us the one that we've identified at Parker Park, how it will be laid out and set out, and then what our path forward will be through if we have to do any kind of permits or review that process. So as soon as I can get
Sunset Park. You said Parker.
I'm off today, I apologize. Sunset Park is the one, yes, sir.
That's a scratch.
Anybody else? Okay, I got one little statement. I celebrated my 46th anniversary with my wonderful wife yesterday. I love you, baby.
Had to get you out of dog.
Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Did a good job, bro.
Judy.